Well, it was a big week for anonymous sources. After a tip from one anonymous source, Trump posted on Truth Social that he would be arrested on Tuesday. The case is being brought by the Manhattan District Attorney and thinly disguised potato Alvin Bragg, and it surrounds the 2016 settlement paid to Stormy Daniels. The case hinges on the involvement of Trump's campaign and the payoff made by Michael Cohen. In the post, Trump called for his supporters to protest, after which all 36,000 NYPD officers were in uniform and on notice for deployment, and I think they looked fabulous. The thin rainbow line. They even set up steel barricades in front of the Manhattan Criminal Court. Not many people have taken up Trump on his call for protests. Why could that be? Well, one reason might be that Biden's DOJ is now preparing to arrest between 700 and 1,200 more Jan 6 protesters. This on top of the roughly 1,000 that they've already arrested. It's like El Salvador, but instead of arresting murderous gang members, they're arresting MAGA Mima 76. And it looked like Trump's arrest was going to be pretty theatrical, with Trump possibly getting handcuffed and fingerprinted. When reached for comment, Trump said, "They took my fingerprints, and it was just a stamp of the Constitution." There were lots of people that thought the arrest would be good for Trump, from Elon Musk to Jen Psaki. I don't know, it could be really bad. Just look at these criminals. Really tarnishes their legacy. It would be horrible for merch sales. Please don't throw him in that briar patch. Yet another anonymous source said that Trump wanted to be handcuffed in order to make it a spectacle. That explains his new campaign signs. Again, this is all about the alleged hush money payments to Stormy Daniels. You may recall that the Federal Election Committee already threw out this case 2 years ago. 2021, back when there were only 27 Marvel movies. Even Stormy Daniels' former attorney, Michael Avenatti, says the case is weak, which is, to use a technical legal term, hilarious. You may also recall that Hillary Clinton was allowed to simply pay a $113,000 fine for her 2016 violation of campaign finance law. And to cover it, Hillary just gave half a speech. But after Trump's post, another anonymous source said that Trump would be indicted Wednesday, but wouldn't appear in court until next week. CNN's Van Jones gave this prediction/suggestion.
I think that the heat is on this DA. I think he's going to make a very sober decision, and I would not be surprised if he doesn't step back from the brink.
Then the Wednesday meeting of the grand jury was canceled with no reason given. After that, Trump released a letter. In the letter from 2018, Michael Cohen's lawyer wrote, "In a private transaction in 2016, before the U.S. presidential election, Mr. Cohen used his own personal funds to facilitate a payment of $130,000 to Ms. Stephanie Clifford. Neither the Trump organization nor the Trump campaign was a party to the transaction with Ms. Clifford, and neither reimbursed Mr. Cohen for the payment, directly or indirectly." Basically, this is Trump's Mr. Darcy letter. Does the letter contradict Cohen's sworn testimony? Not entirely, but it does contradict the key point in this case, which is that the Trump campaign was involved in any way. And that may muddy the waters enough to make this thing go away. Now the grand jury has postponed their meeting until next week, presumably so Bragg can wait on his next shipment from the Acme Corporation. So to summarize, Trump drew attention to this by saying he would be arrested. Then the DA backed off to regroup. Then Trump pulled this letter out of his back pocket, which might kill the whole thing, but at least delayed it. So thus far, nothing has happened, but in the most interesting way possible. Whatever you think of Trump, the guy knows TV. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was asked about the potential arrest in his interview with Piers Morgan.
If you are a very strident prosecutor, in this guy's on the left, and you're not prosecuting a lot of crimes, Manhattan's gotten less safe, you're going to go after somebody on the other side for some novel offense. That just does not inspire confidence, and people see that as weaponizing the justice system. So I think it's fundamentally wrong to do that.
That's a good response, though I'm not sure why he's he who must not be naming Trump. Even though he hasn't announced, DeSantis is Trump's main Republican challenger. Morgan asked him how his presidency would look different from Trump's. Here's part of his response.
Quoting the governor as saying, "In terms of my approach to leadership, I get personnel in the government who have the agenda of the people and share our agenda. You bring your own agenda in, you're gone."
Another good response and a pretty mild jab at Trump. He did hire bad people. That's one of the reasons the whole Michael Cohen thing is still happening. Not to mention Dr. Science himself. The question is this DeSantis' moment? Is he trying to jump in while Trump is dealing with all this legal drama? If so, it may backfire for him. As predicted, the heat has been good for Trump's numbers. According to the latest Monmouth poll, Trump now has a 14-point lead over DeSantis, an 8-point increase from February. Who knows, maybe DeSantis will pivot and try to ride the wave of reactionary Trump support. Maybe we'll get a visit from Prison Ron. I don't know what'll happen, I'm just a guy in a bunker, but whatever happens, I'm gonna have fun. This week, we also talked about Dylan Mulvaney in a new segment called Clown World Dictionary, but that story is only available at mycanonplus.com. Use promo code WADE99 to get your first month for just 99 cents. Link in the description. That's it for the show. I'll see you over at Canon Plus.